It is line call time on a special edition of The Stack, and as previously promised, our great buddy and now leader of Legends Pickleball League, Mike Kao, is with us. And buddy, a lot of excitement the last few weeks has been discussing this with you and Ron Cortez and all the wonderful people that you know and are networked with in the pickleball community, and very exciting for us to have you for the first time, of course, but also to discuss what this venture is and why everyone, not just in Richmond, should be excited about it. Take us through it, where it came from, what it is, and what it will be.
Thank you, John. Appreciate you having me today. So Ron Cortez and I have decided to basically take care of the population that are really not involved in a lot of big tournaments kind of thing, so the 50 plus and the 60 plus. So we decided to have a pickleball league for that age group, concentrate on the level of play 4, 5 and above. So we rolled it out about 3 weeks ago, and to date we have 12 teams. Each team is going to have 14 players, 7 males and 7 females. The team is going to be from Massachusetts all the way down to Florida. This year we're going to have 4 different competitions. Each one of them will have a prize money for first and second place winners, and then the grand prize is going to be a larger amount at that time.
The working title of the league, which you discarded out of hand, I thought a little quickly, was the OGs of pickleball, which is what you guys are. And that's why I think this is so cool, because this is a league, like you mentioned, 50, 60 plus, that's servicing some of the originals in pickleball that became the best players in the sport, that taught this younger generation how to play. And those are the players that you're now seeing pop up in APP Next Gen and PPA and all those things. And to give them a place and an opportunity to showcase those skills, I think it's just beyond smart. I think it's necessary. I think it's needed. And I think it's really cool. I'm a little bit sad that I'm only 45 years old. This is the first time in my life that I'm sad that I'm only 45 years old. But the fact that it's getting going now gives opportunity and hope. There's so many people like me that are in my 40s that are like, okay, well, now this gives us something to aspire to.
Absolutely. But you know, with that, I can actually get you a fake ID, so you can be 50 and you can compete in this.
If we can go back to the days when I actually did have fake IDs before all the holograms and all this stuff, when all you needed was a Photoshop skill set, which I now have, which I wish I had in college, I'd be in there.
No, I mean, I agree. It's going to be very, very exciting for this population, because, I mean, we all still compete at the high level, and we still want to play. I mean, it just, you know, bringing them all together in one place is going to be epic. So very excited. I think we have really good vibe when Ron and I were down at US Open. Really, I mean, it's like every day I'm lining up interview with players and team owners and stuff, but it's just amazing the amount of support we get from this population of the age group. So.
Well, tell people who don't know, I mean, that's not very many people in pickleball, by the way, about your business partner and great friend, Ron Cortez. I finally got to spend some time with him in person down at the U.S. Open and discovered what everyone had already told me. He's just an energetic guy who loves pickleball, and we talked a lot when we were starting performance about how there felt like there was a serendipitous aspect to it. Like at times it was meant to be. Maybe that's grandiose and I don't know, but I was talking to Ron and he was already running Legends Pickleball, has been for years, some of the finest tournaments in the country. Honestly, an organization that we modeled a lot of what we do off, and he said it kind of fell in our lap. Legends of Pickleball, that's what this is. We were already legends, and there's your serendipity aspect of it.
I agree, absolutely. So Ron has been running Legends Pickleball up in Northern Virginia and the surrounding area for the last, I would say, 5 to 7 years. It's just really a good partnership, because what we're doing is that we are basically a subsidiary of Legends Sport. So the name is already out there, the foundation is already out there. He has, again, experience in running many tournaments. So this is just another good partnership with Legend Sport that is already have a really good brand name out there. So everybody know who Ron is, everybody know who Legend Sport as a good company, a good league that he ran for, I would say, probably 18 years with basketballs and softball and now pickleball. So it's a good partnership.
Well, I have a nickname for you on the court, which I won't reveal, and and off the court, which I will. Off the court, it's the Connector, KL the Connector. Ever since I've gotten to know you, you've brought so many wonderful people into our world, into my life personally, but also into performance, and certainly we appreciate that. But you look back at a year and a half ago, and the South Side presence now that performance has, and the East Side presence, and all the people that you were connected to that now we're connected to because of you. And Ron is a great example of that. I think that our listeners to the stack are astute enough to recognize when we're telling them something, this is the beginning of what we hope will be an amazing partnership between Performance and Legends, because this league is going to kind of function out of Performance Pickleball. And I know Lee Warfield, my business partner, I know everyone is very excited about kind of being that nucleus for something that we're sure is going to grow and expand and take off like wildfire.
I agree. I think this is going to be a first step for this year. So our goal for next year would be open up to 24 teams instead of just 12 for this year. So, and also expand out to the West Coast. We already talked to several different owners or potential owners out in the West Coast, California, Colorado, Washington. So obviously, it's going to be big. It's going to be a long-term thing. It's not going to be a one-off at all. So I really think that the excitement around that it's going to help us be successful. So.
All right, I was joking about the fact that I'm not eligible to play for another 5 years, but there are literally thousands of players that are 50 plus and are eligible to play, and you've got the Combine scheduled. It's here in Richmond, August 8th through the 10th. That's already a done deal. I know you've already been signing players up, but for those that this is news to and want to get involved and like, wow, that's me, I want to play, tell people about the Combine, what that's going to be, the energy that surrounds it, and what people need to do if they do indeed want to participate.
Absolutely. So, yes, like you mentioned, the Combine is going to be August 8th to the 10th here at Performance Pickleball RVA. We're going to start out on Friday. Players going to come in on Friday for a practice from 5 on. We're going to have a party after that, dinner, party, drinks, and just kind of get to know the players and the owners. Competition start on Saturday the 9th from 7 in the morning until 7 at night, 1 hour for lunch. The format will be 8 players in a pod, so you get to play with the other 7 players. And best record won the pod, and then move on to the next day, which is Sunday, from 7 in the morning until around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So again, high level, these are all 4 or 5 plus players from all over the nation will be competing at Performance RVA on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And it wouldn't be a combine, as the NFL has shown us, without the 40-yard dash. So we're going to do that about lunchtime on Sunday?
Absolutely. You know it. That's a good idea.
No, in all sincerity, it's really cool format. I know you've competed in something similar before, but not exactly like this. And I know you've also taken what you've liked about some of the other aspects of picking players in the draft, and how sometimes it hasn't always identified, I want to say, those players that are truly passionate about it and our community ambassadors. And you mentioned it's top to bottom on the eastern side of the country already. I'm looking at the schedule here of the showdowns, and I'm like, you know what, I've been to these places. Robbinsville, New Jersey, I know exactly where you're going there. Obviously, the second one here in Richmond will be right here. Northern Virginia, I don't know if you want to release that site, but I know it well. This is the cream of the crop in terms of facilities and players and competition, ultimately.
Absolutely, yeah. These, like I say, we want to open it up to all of the people from the East Coast, so that way, it's not going to be in one location. We're willing to travel up north and all the way down south to be able to compete at high level with all of these 50 plus, 60 plus. Yeah.
Well, you were kind enough to give me one of the newly minted Legends Pickleball League shirts, and I was sporting that down at the U.S. Open, and I got stopped about 5 or 6 times because on the back it said, "Where Legends Rise," which I think is a really cool mantra for this league, and that's exactly what it is. It's almost that Champions League of golf that we've seen have so much success, Champions Tour, I should say, where all of these phenomenal players maybe are a quarter step slower than they were when they were 25, 28 years old, but still can dazzle people. And again, back to that Legends aspect of it, it's something where there is a tremendous amount of curiosity, I think, and interest in. And I've told you this before, when you have curiosity, you have interest, and you have smart leaders like you and Ron, I think that's the trifecta that's going to make this successful.
Thank you very much. I agree. I appreciate that very much. And again, I mean, we might be old, but we're not dead. So
you don't look that old, to be honest with you.
The bar over there helps a lot.
It does. It's the neon lighting.
That's right. Yeah, but yeah, we are very excited about the combine. Expecting around 200 people. Again, if you cannot make it to the combine for some reason, you can always register as a draft player and then don't show it up at all. Just give us a little bit about your bio, your achievement in pickleballs and stuff like that, and then all of the owners will be able to review that and pick you as a player for their team. By the way, at the combine, all 12 owners are going to be there. They're going to bingo and take notes and talk to the players to make sure that there's the good chemistry for their team and things like that. So.
Let's circle back to the very top of this conversation with our great friend Mike Kao, his partner Ron Cortez in the Legends Pickleball League, which will be hosting a combine here in Richmond, Virginia, August 8th through the 10th, and then 4 showdowns during the calendar year up and down the eastern seaboard. And Mike, again, I'm so excited for you because I've known you now for a little over a year, I'd say, and you're always an excited guy. You always bring that energy, but just over the last couple of weeks, I've noticed there's an extra pep in your step. Like, you can tell this is a passion project for you, and we're just all so excited to play a small part in it, but to see what you guys are going to build. So best of luck. Congratulations on what's already started, and we can't wait till August.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on today, and thank you very much for your time.